What is up, Rum family? Dude, another shout out to Miles for that ridiculous video. That thing gets me pumped up. Holy crap, that's going to be a long season of that. Appreciate that again, Miles. This is the Strike Zone. I'm your host, Fantasy Sven. And let's just jump right into it. We got the starting lineup for today's show. You can find him all over the Rumboyz network or shouting somewhere, hailing all the way from the Bay Area. The fantasy baseball dummy, Bogard Scott Free.
Yes, I'm not smart when it comes to baseball. How you doing, my brother?
What's up, man? March Madness Sunday. I mean, we got baseball around the corner.
We're
time.
doing it, man.
It's a good time right now. Yeah. It's a good time.
In your face, COVID.
I'll drink to that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me get my thing ready to go.
Hell yeah, you're gonna have your right.
Oh,
is that what you said?
I got vodka and Capri Sun today. Sorry, kids.
Oh man, that's like something like you'd see on like a comedy skit. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
I love it. Like you know you got a problem when you're stealing your kids' sons and stuff like that.
Hey man, Capri Sun, give me my name.
Capri. But we also got a very special guest for you. You've seen him all over SportsMe with his question of the day, coming to you from the greatest city on earth, New York City. It is Sam's Hot Takes.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here, and I gotta say that intro was absolutely money.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Totally.
That's dude. That video that I actually was at, that was like my live footage. I saw Derek Jeter hit his 3,000th. Like that was his 3,000th hit.
That's so cool. No, I knew that because I watched that game when I was a kid, and I was like, "Holy crap! How did you get to
when you did? Holy crap, man! How long ago was that? What was that? 2010, maybe 2011 or something like that.
It was something like that, and I think that was like 8 years ago. So I was like 16 or something like that. Yeah,
you're a baby.
I know, man. I know.
You got a baby on the show. I like it. This is good. J Love's not the only one. We got Justin Bieber in the Rumboyz network. shout out to J Love. The kid's a freaking. He's like Rain Man. Like he literally he's insanely intelligent in sports. It's ridiculous.
I love to see it. Love to see it, man. That's awesome.
Yes. So let's just jump right into just not really an icebreaker, but like just a topic. Is I think baseball is the best sport to go watch live. How do you guys feel about that? Bogard, start us off.
You know what? Oddly enough, I've been to just as many baseball games live that I have football games, because like baseball, you could kind of just pick up and go. Football is the whole thing. We're throwing a big tailgate. You know what I mean? Like, and
I can see that.
Baseball games, bro. Like, I mean, like I said, I live in Giants country, so like taking the train and getting faded on the train on the way up to the game. That's like part of it. You know what I mean? Because they let you drink on the train.
Taking it all the way up to the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like hopping on that shit.
Right, and just like getting tore back, and like I never really remember too many of the games. But I will say I always have a ton of fun. You know what I mean? Like,
hey man, yeah. It's totally an event, man. That's the whole kit and caboodle. I feel like if you're not drinking on the train to Yankee Stadium, then like what are you doing, man? You know what I'm saying?
It's great. It's great. What do you think, man? Like, do you like going to the games like live? Like, do you like football live? Hockey's a great one.
I'm the biggest baseball guy you'll ever meet. So for me, I like going to baseball games. I love football games too. But if you ask me, it was like absolutely devastating what the pandemic did this year for Major League Baseball, just to see the empty stands. Like even from a fan perspective, like I could watch baseball anytime, but it was significantly harder for me to tune into the games because it was a crickets. Like, oh my God, like some teams had like simulated fans. So like you could kind of get the experience. And that was like the weirdest thing ever. And like how they played like crowd noises and stuff, that was just absolutely freaky.
I remember it was like I don't know if what you would call it a preseason game. This is when they figured out it's only be 60 games. But I remember it was like a Bryce Harper home run, and just you hear and then like it's just dead silent. And
I
was
know
like,
it's just like you
that
can
is
hear his
weird.
footsteps. Like
That was really strange. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, and it totally like baseball is one of those sports where you need fans in the stadium. Like without it, it's just absolutely not the same thing. And I'm really hoping that this year,
It's
I'm really jealous. Like 2
just
hours away from me in Philadelphia, they're allowing 50% capacity, and this year they're only allowing 20. Or it's to start, they're only allowing 20%. So hopefully that number goes up. And
20%
I'm
at
hoping,
Yankee, and it's
yeah, and hopefully we don't. I don't know. It does that doesn't have like an impact. Like you know what I'm saying? Like people don't lose interest. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for. That's really the one thing I'm trying to not have happen. Well, obviously I can't control it. But,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because I
right.
think
Exactly. No, yeah.
the live aspect of it, you know what I mean, keeps, there's a certain fan that, and obviously they flock to the live aspect of going to the game. Like I'm not even a casual baseball guy, so like, and oddly enough, I had to tune in though. I was like, let me see what it's like right now with no fans, and then like you started seeing, like you said, all the the cardboard cutouts, and you know what I mean. And it was just like, yo, this is bananas, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, I
Baseball's
know.
great. The wave. I feel like the wave happens more at like baseball games too.
For sure.
Totally no, and I gotta say, like there was a proposal in spring training for, and this is what the minor league, the AAA squads ended up doing. They wanted to there was a compromise to delay the season up until like May 1st or like April 30th or something like that, and Rob Manfred denied it, and I was just like, thank gosh, oh my God, finally some normalcy back. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so
crazy,
I got.
Wait,
what'd you say?
Off. Oh, I was just saying it's about to pop off on time, like normal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Hopefully, I know the Biden administration is really hoping for everything to be somewhat back to normal by the 4th of July, and I'm hoping that is the case as well.
We shall see. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Crowds,
fun, baseball. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Crowds, exactly. Opening day right around the corner. With spring training, though, as we all know, does come injuries, unfortunately. So let's talk some unfortunate injuries that happened. Eloy Jimenez, biggest one. I mean that hurts a lot. He's out 5 to 6 months. They're saying that's basically the whole season.
It's devastating, man. Absolutely devastating considering his first year in the league. I remember watching him come up. He was absolutely dynamic. Like he could hit for power. His average was coming up. He was a great defender.
I'm going to be right back. I got to fix this shit.
No, you're totally good.
You're kind of cutting in and out, but yeah.
You're totally good.
Yeah, I'm going to go fix this.
Do whatever you got to do, man. But just to see Eloy Jimenez go down like that not only do I think the White Sox need to do something, whether that be call up I think you said it earlier, Andrew Vaughn or whatever his name is.
Yep, Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah, if he doesn't get if he doesn't get a shot, then I think the White Sox definitely need to make a trade of some kind. And if
I think by the time we get to the opener, I think he'll be in the lineup. I think he'll be in the starting lineup. You know what I mean?
The guy you said,
Andrew Vaughn. Yeah, I mean, he has very little minor league experience, but like played a ton of college ball from what I read on him, and like there was a lot of like he was eventually going to get brought up. I heard before this, but I think this is going to expedite that process. You know what I mean?
No, I hope you're right, man, and I hope you're right. And I love to see the young guys get a chance to play. It's just, if you ask me, it's a really big ask to have someone like I didn't know this until I learned about the Eloy thing, and this was even a thing that they were considering. He hasn't even played. He's only played a couple of games of AA, and he hasn't played any AAA. And to make that jump, I think is like a little dramatic. So personally, and you guys can maybe call us a hot take, call it whatever you want. I think
you call it Sam's hot take.
Yeah, I think that
nice.
Yeah, I think the White Sox have one or two bullpen pieces that are a little bit expandable. And I think that the Yankees are going to call them because they have 5 outfielders right now. And it just to me makes too much sense for them to trade Mike Tauchman to the Yankees to be their starting left fielder for like a Dylan Cease or like some, I know they had, I don't remember his name. I know they had an extra starter that would be helpful for the Yankees depth or like maybe a long man in the bullpen. But to me, that trade just makes too much sense. What do you guys think?
Well, I have a baseball dummy question real quick. So, dude, are the trade windows open all year round? Like,
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
And I know. Yeah, I know last year they expanded the trade deadline from August 31st to like September 31st, I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
So theoretically, you can get traded to like a playoff team.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
And I know Mike Tauchman, I know he's itching to start, man. Like he put up those great numbers in 2019 and was like a diamond to the rough, like amazing outfielder for the Yankees. And then the Yankees are the Yankees. They have, of course, so much depth always. They have Jay Bruce. They signed Jay Bruce. They signed Greg Allen. They signed back Brett Gardner. They have Aaron Hicks. They have Aaron Judge. They have Giancarlo Stanton, etc. So to have like a starting outfielder like that, just play the bench. Yeah, it's kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste.
They got some incredible
always got to have depth though.
There.
You always got to have depth though. Exactly. Like,
you got to have depth.
Depth is never a bad thing at all.
No, you're right. You're totally right. And obviously you guys probably know just as well as I do how often Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton get injured.
Of course, exactly. So Tauchman actually, honestly, I would think it would make sense, for the White Sox, but I think from the Yankees standpoint, I don't know. I wouldn't do that just because of all of this and just exactly what you said, Aaron Judge. Giancarlo is a DH, but Tauchman, throw him in the lineup,
You got to ask yourself the big question, though. What is more important to you, outfield depth or pitching depth?
Oh, you definitely need pitching. Oh, my God.
That's what I'm saying. And if you ask me, the Yankees every single year that's been their biggest peg. That's been the biggest reason they haven't won the World Series. They've lacked pitching depth. That's
been that way since 2009.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. And you know what? Props to them. They did a good job at reloading the rotation and adding some pieces to the bullpen. But What's up, Adam?
This is my buddy right here pitching. He's a diehard Bo Sox fan. His little girl was my flower girl for our wedding.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, but I despise that he's a Red Sox fan. He's probably laughing right now. He's probably laughing right now, drinking his wine, like going like, bro.
So I got a question for you guys. Who do you guys think is going to be a better team, the Toronto Blue Jays or the Boston Red Sox?
Dude, that is like a great question, and I mean, I'm going to answer it as a Yankees fan, and I'm going to say the Red Sox are going to be worse.
Yeah, really? Would the Blue Jays be better?
I just don't want the Red Sox to succeed, but like here's the thing, like they can do it, like they actually have good coaching, they got a good team, like they just couldn't put it together. But the Blue Jays, this is like their first year where everything looks good on paper in a very long time.
I would say since the last time they won that thing, right? Against the Phillies?
Since what? Since Vlad's father?
I agree with you guys on paper, they look pretty good. They've had some bad luck this spring training, though.
Kirby Yates, yes, going down. I think Jordan Romano could be a nice fill-in for right now. I like their pitching. I like what they were doing, going after all these guys like Steven Matz. We still don't know. I don't know. I feel like Steven Matz could still. This is also one of the toughest divisions in baseball. Still, I think so.
Totally, absolutely, and that's honestly why I love
Nate Pearson. Totally,
yeah. He's hurt though. He's hurt too. He got hurt in spring training, so that's another thing. And I saw that George Springer has a grade 2 oblique injury that he's nursing right now, and
could open up on the IL.
Yeah, and that's like their big off-season prize, And to see, it's so discouraging for Toronto fans to see a guy like that of that caliber that they signed for that much money not even ready for opening day.
Yep.
Here's another baseball dummy question. What's the minimum like when you're on the IL?
So there's different ILs. There's
Okay.
a 10. They changed it actually a few years ago. It's like a 10-day IL. There's a 30, I believe, Sam, right?
So
and then
there's a 10-day. It used to be. I don't know why they did this. As of 2 years ago, it used to be called the disabled list, but they thought it'd be more appropriate to call it the IL, the injury list. So now it is
disabled. Could be it could be like
they just changed
totally. And it used to be 15 days, but they switched it to 10 because some players have a tendency to get better faster, and they thought that extra 5 days wasn't necessary.
Exactly.
And then I think it goes to the 30. And then they have a 60.
And the 60, yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of annoying because like once you commit a player to being on one of those lists, you can't take them off.
Like, exactly, like that's it. Like it's set in stone, and then 10 days you gotta wait. Which you see a lot of players start out on the 10-day IL. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you will see them switch to the 30, but they at least put them on the 10-day. Just to see how they do in those 10 days.
Totally.
So it's smart. It's smart. That's the whole point of it, I think.
Yeah. So
totally, because some guys, like, I don't know, sometimes like you would sprain like a wrist, or like I'm talking like a minor injury, and you'd have the ability to recover in like 5 or 6 days to a point where you'd be ready to go. I think that was the mindset behind taking away the 15-day DL, because just so they could have players come back from injuries faster.
Batter up, my brother.
Batter up. That's right. Hell yeah. If you got a drink, Sam, if you got a drink, if you partake, if not,
I'm doing a little Irish coffee, but mine is
nice. Hell yeah. Well, I got my Skull shot glass because it's do or die for Michigan right now.
Cheers, bro.
So hopefully Michigan wins. They were crushing them at half. I haven't even checked the score. If somebody's got it up, or if they want to throw it in the chat for me while I take the shot.
I'm about to pour up another one.
You, bro.
I'm only doing one.
Good for you.
I gotta
be responsible.
I got work tomorrow. I mean, my commute is a whole 10 feet. So.
Oh yeah.
Right. But it's also bad though too, because like normally you'd get in the routine, you'd wake up, you'd drive to work. Like I miss that. Like I cannot wait to go back into the office.
Oh, I can imagine, and it makes you. I don't know about you, but it makes me want to just like sleep until like the longer. So like, oh my gosh, like I have a class, for example, that I use on like a normal day that I get up at 8 a.m. for and have to commute to. Now it starts at 10:30 and I get up at like 10:20 before the Zoom meeting or whatever. And
I got a 13-year-old, man, getting her up for homeschool. Like it's like she's getting up like 10 minutes prior to the class starting. She like rolls out of bed before. It's like,
I feel like that just takes away from like, the whole aspect, and like it's just it's crazy, man. We're gonna get to a normalcy at some point. Yeah.
I hope so.
It'll happen. It'll happen, but we just don't know when. I mean, that's the.
And some industries, it's probably going to take longer than others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm in the finance industry, and it's crazy, man. Like productivity's gone up. Like people are working more out, but like you're not commuting. You have the time. Like, oh, sure, I'll log on at 11 o'clock tonight. Like.
Yeah,
sure. I wouldn't normally do that shit if I was in the office. Come on.
Yeah. You'd be like, hey, when you clock out, you're out. You know what I mean?
Right? Like, Chris, what are you doing there? Didn't you just have a baby, bro? Congrats, man, on Luca. If that's
congrats.
Yeah,
that's
congrats,
awesome,
man. Yeah, man. I'm 2 months away from my fourth one, bro. It's
fourth
like,
one, bro.
The day I get closer and closer every day, and it's like,
are you going for like a full like starting like well, actually, baseball, football, that's still a lot. Like hockey, you got a starting hockey team now.
Hey, I'm one away from a starting baseball. I mean, a basketball lineup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Totally,
man.
Totally.
Well, no one tell my girl, but I'm planning to have more with her. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
She doesn't know that yet.
Let's just hope she's one of those like significant others that doesn't watch the show. Because my wife, I was like, hey, you want to watch this? And she's just like. She like looks at me and I'm like, all right, well, you'd rather go watch reality TV of like women yelling at other women. Exactly. This is
our reality TV right here.
This is our
My girl actually watches every Friday night when we get on.
Nice. She's probably like, I don't want you ever meeting him. Don't hang out with him. He looks like a degenerate.
She's more worried about what I'm gonna do to everybody.
I got a baseball question for you, bro. So Luke Voigt, he's obviously down with the torn meniscus. How long do you think Jay Bruce is gonna hold it down at first base?
I don't know, man. Probably not that long.
That's what
maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I like honestly, like I think that it would be his to lose because Yankee Stadium is a hitter stadium too. I mean, he's a lefty. Like if he gets up there and he belts like 10 home runs in the first, like, which I wouldn't be surprised if he belted like 10 home runs in the first month. That sounds crazy, but like he's going to be salvageable.
No, totally. And
endangered species lefty hitters, are they like endangered, like in like an endangered species, like rare? In
what, lefty hitters?
Yeah.
For the Yankees, they are.
Yankees. Okay. They got a couple switch hitters. I mean, Aaron Hicks is a switch hitter.
Yeah, they got Aaron Hicks. And then I think, honestly, I think the only other left-handers they have are Brett Gardner and Jay Bruce. And I think that's like was the main reason they wanted to keep him because of that left-handed swing. Personally, I'm a fighter for the underdog. I don't know if you guys know who it is, but Mike Ford. He's one of my favorite like low-key players on the Yankees, and he like blue-collar guy, like works really hard, great swing, and he could have won the job if he had a better spring, but he sucked. It was really bad. It was really bad, the spring training for him. He hit like 130, didn't play great defense and whatever. But like I just remember in 2019, he was a force when he came up. Like he came up a little bit, and from like the end of mid-August to like early September, he was just rocking the baseball. He had like 13 or 14 home runs in like 40 games, which is like epic, which is like what you're talking about. Yeah. So
he's a hitter, man. It's weird. It's weird that like he can like these older, like these vets, you know what I mean? Like, and he's what? I think he's 30. Jay Bruce he was born in 87. Are you kidding me?
He's 37, I believe, which is wild to me.
No, he was born in 87. I was born in 86. I'm 34. So he's not even that old. But like it's so like here's the thing, like here's a question. I'm looking at the roster right now. Like, would you move like let's say like Tyler Wade to first? And then I guess, I don't know, Tyler Wade, I guess, is on the team, right?
Tyler Wade, for me, he like, if I'm going to see him play a position, it's going to be the outfield or it's going to be like shortstop, third, second.
He's literally a backup to every single position.
Except first and catcher.
Catcher. No, he is a first baseman. Oh, actually, you're right. He's not a backup. You're right. Yeah. I thought he played first, but I'm thinking
no. I don't. Maybe
is it rare you convert guys? Like, is it rare? Like, say, like he's not designated as a first baseman, right? Is it rare that you convert a dude?
No, I mean it depends.
Used to be, but
on the guy.
Yeah, it's becoming less and less of a thing. Like the guy, like there's a guy on the Blue Jays, Marcus Semien. He signed like the 1 year, $18 million deal, and he was, I don't know if you guys know this, in 2019 he was a beast shortstop that came in like third in the MVP voting. And he played shortstop last year. Didn't do as well, but I think it's excusable because of the shortened season. He took. He wanted the most money he could on whatever amount of deal he could. And the most money he could find was from the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays said, we're only going to pay you if you play second base. So I would say that moving positions is becoming more and more common.
The biggest one was A-Rod from shortstop to third.
That was crazy.
I mean, you're not going to move Derek Jeter, from shortstop to like it's Derek Jeter. I mean,
he's totally, man.
Captain, like it's
absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it doesn't like when you have guys like Mike Trout is an outfielder. You know what I mean? Like certain guys, like exactly like these guys, but like typically like you have a catcher and Buster Posey's like an example. Mm-hmm. Jorge may have played a little bit of first base at the end of his career. So what up, Guccini?
Buster was so dope.
Buster, so catcher to first base because first base, yes, you have to be athletic, but like you have to also have like insanely good hands, like in a quick reaction, quicker than you would like second, third, you know what I mean? Like shortstop, where that's why catchers always convert to a first base. I feel like at least that's my analysis on it. It makes sense, I guess. Thank
you
you.
explained it to the dummy pretty thoroughly.
Thank
I like it.
I
So,
like being that guy on the show.
Which opening day matchups?
I would literally have nobody else. What's up, Sam? What's up, Sam? Hold on a sec. Hold on. I think we
you're
had
good. I was wondering.
So we're gonna get into the opening day match.
I'm sorry if I'm.
You're good. You're good, my man. Hey, you're
excited over here.
Excited.
Man.
There's nothing wrong with that. We cannot fault you. We cannot fault you for being excited, Sam's hot takes.
I would have already hit that star like 4 times already. The ding, 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 you know what I mean? Everyone downloads.
They should call you Sammy Shirts. They should call you Sammy Shirts because you ever seen this guy? He does his SportsMe videos without a shirt on.
Oh yeah.
So his name is Sammy Shirts. That's it.
Sometimes, man. It depends the time.
Dude,
of
your
day.
questions you like. Every time I say, I'm like, dude, like, yes, baseball. Like, because, like, I know I can always count on you with the baseball stuff. That's why I love it, man.
Well, thanks, man.
So Sammy Shirts. Sammy Shirts over here. Where in Manhattan do you walk around shirtless?
Nowhere. I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster, man.
When I was the last time I was in New York, actually, I'm sorry. The last time I was in New York.
The last time they let you in?
Yeah, bro. I'm blackballed in New York. No, they still had the cowboy dude in the underwear playing the guitar.
Oh yeah, the naked cowboy.
I met his wife recently.
Naked cowboy, yeah, man.
No, I saw the naked cow girl, and I know.
Is she like painted on? She's like painted on, right? I think, or something like that. Like
she has.
Yeah.
No, she's one that's not afraid to walk around without a shirt on.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
she has some.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah, she has some stickers covering, or you know what's, and
grab a hot dog.
Grab
a hot dog. This is an after dark show, so I'm not going to go there.
True. No, it's funny. I took a picture with her and I sent it to my girlfriend, and my girlfriend was like, Why are you standing next to an old shirtless woman in town?
Nice. I'm in New York City. That's why. All right, Juan Soto. Did we talk Juan Soto? So Juan Soto, I mean, he's going to be fine. I think he'll be fine. He's still a young, sprightly man, as Aldous Snow would say.
Yeah. And dude, so it gets so overhyped when there is a person of Juan Soto's caliber that gets any sort of injury at all. Like, you would have heard the same thing if like Mike Trout got like a toe cramp or something. But Mike
Trout cut his fingernail way too short.
Exactly, and then it'd be all over ESPN like this Mike Trout's fingernail.
Actually, that would hurt. I will say that actually would hurt.
You know what it is? It's the next day when you touch
things. And I'll tell you guys this.
Yeah,
Juan Soto in 2 years is going to be ahead of Mike Trout as the best player in the game.
No, I think yes. I mean, he's already being drafted ahead of him as far as fantasy goes. Yeah. So I mean, you got Acuna is like the number one guy that's typically going off boards right now, and then
because he can do it all. Well, so
I mean, outfield is very deep. I mean, there's a lot of outfielders. You know what I mean? Like, if you play a league where it's OF and not like your center outfielder, right, left, like, you could. I mean, you're looking at the top 5 guys: Trout, Acuna, right?
Trout, Acuna,
Soto.
That's so tough. Those are
the outfielders. I'm just saying though, like those are just and then Yelich. You add Yelich to this, like it's absolutely absurd. You know what I mean?
Totally. And then you got a guy like
Trout is not getting much love this year. He's not getting much love. I don't know why. What up, Connor?
Why is that? Shout out to Connor.
I don't know. Like I hope a lot of people are like looking at 2019 or 2020 as like a year of baseball, you know, like it's
not an outlier year.
I get it. Like, yeah, you have to look at it, but some guys had down years that do not have down years.
Christian Yelich, for example, man, he was
Christian Yelich, dude. That's fine. I'll draft him at the 10 spot all day, every day.
No, that surprises me what you said about Mike Trout, because Mike Trout did pretty well.
Everybody loves Tatis. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, these guys are great, but like I think I had the number 1 pick in a draft, either 1 or 2 or something like that. Mookie Betts. I took Mookie, but I didn't take Trout because I think Mookie is slightly better. Like, I would rank if I actually would go Mookie, Trout, and then yeah.
That's so tough. That's like deciding between gold and diamond.
And gold. Gold.
Right. Like,
Gold
what are we having tonight? Chicken or chicken? Like
yeah.
Pride or rotisserie?
Yeah, man. No, but
that's the way I look at it. Like, I mean, Acuna, yes, he's a solid. I like him. I mean, I'm not going to be upset. I just like Mookie a little bit more. He's got a solid lineup. I mean, they can't pitch around. You can't pitch around anybody in the Dodgers like lineup.
Yeah.
Yes and no, maybe, but like Mookie is still going to hit in the heart of that lineup. That's a solid. He's got solid guys in front of him getting on base, right? Even if he's if he's leading off, like that's.
I really like him as a leadoff option. He's one of my favorite. Oh my gosh. No, you can really put him in anywhere in the lineup and like you really can't.
And he hits all categories too. So if you're in like category scoring,
I'm sorry, how many times and this is maybe I'm just a baseball fanatic. How many times did you guys watch those home run robs that Mookie Betts had in the World Series? I watched those like 100 times.
I've seen one of them on YouTube. Yeah.
I didn't actually watch those. I was just frustrated with baseball last year, if that's what you're talking about.
No, I can, dude.
Or the year before.
Going back to what you said, it was like, oh my gosh, this recent World Series had the lowest viewership ever.
Hook us up, Connor. Yo, type in your lineup, bro. I want to see this.
Connor, type it in, bro. We want to
see this shit.
What do you got?
Tell us how many teams, and where you drafted from as well, too, my friend.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's relevant, and the type of league also.
Yeah.
Because that is so relevant. Like it is so relevant. Like football, I don't need yes, I need to know if it's PPR, but like I feel like baseball, like roto, head to head, points, categories, like you have to know like what's going on.
You got to be the Swiss Army knife, man. You got to know a little bit of everything.
I'm still starting to learn, man. Like especially with fantasy football too. Like, are you into the Devi stuff? Bogey, like I don't I don't know what that is. Like I don't
a little analytical for me.
Well, because like here's the thing is like
if you like college football, yes.
If there's anything where I try to act like I'm a know-it-all, it's definitely fantasy football, right? So like I needed that in my repertoire. You know what I mean?
And Super Mario World, right, bro? Right, Luigi?
Oh yeah,
like my older brother, man.
Hey, see, by Luigi he means because I like eating mushrooms.
He lives in the Bay Area. Yeah, he lives in the Bay Area.
I do the show. On
them Calis, them Californians. You know what I mean?
They do all kinds of wild.
They're very progressive.
Yeah.
I'm actually about to go to. So shout out to the Heart to Start guys. You're in their league, right?
I am.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. So they're out here in Northern Cali, and my sister lives in their city. It's like 2 hours up from me, and we're finally going. Like I used to go up to see my sister and them, like once a month, maybe once every 2 months. So I haven't been there since 2019. So we're going up there for Easter, and I'm going up there for the weekend. And I was like, I'm pulling up on y'all. So I'm going to their studio. I'm gonna,
you have to.
Dude, you absolutely have
to. You have to. You're
my gosh.
I've been working with them for over a year. You know what I mean? They're hell of a guys. Like I feel like if I would have met them or even yourself,
there you go.
In any other circumstance, we would have been cool. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah. I would have been like, you know what? I like you. Like, let's hang out.
Right? I'd like to hear what you have to say.
At the bar like this, but
right? Like, hey, honey, yo, babe, I met this dude. He's awesome. It's literally like, I love you, man. Like, he's a cool guy.
Sounds like my girlfriend met ASAP Rocky. Like, oh my god.
I like ASAP. ASAP is dope, actually.
No, ASAP is really dope. No, my girlfriend.
I'm actually up in a draft right now as we speak. So you guys continue. Really? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, totally. No, but all I was saying was my girlfriend ran into ASAP Rocky at at a famous cookie place in New York City, and she tried to take a photo of him, and then she got yelled at by ASAP security guard.
So that's a real person.
Yeah, ASAP Rocky is a real person.
Wow, that's a name. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I actually had no idea who you're talking about. I don't.
It's their gang.
I feel like one of those guys in those Progressive commercials. You know what I mean? That's turning in, and I like make the noise when I sit down. Like, here you go. So here you go. Here will show my age. Right? If anybody gets this reference, does anybody get this reference? Bogey, do you get this?
Wait, who? What? I don't give a darn. Tomorrow? Why?
Nobody gets this reference. Hopefully, if somebody in the chat gets this,
10 points.
Like you, damn. I'll send you. Actually, yes, I'm gonna send you. I will send you a Fantasy Fam T-shirt. Like if you put it in the chat.
Dude, send me
Yeah,
one.
I'm mad that I don't know that reference. I'm like,
dude, I'm very proud of this. It's one of the best skits ever. If somebody, posted in the chat.
So it's SNL.
No, it's not SNL.
Oh, it's not.
I'll tell you. I'll disclose it in a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Do it.
I'm trying to put Michigan on the side too because I really, really want them to win.
You have some money on that, huh?
No, I mean they're my team too. They're my team.
Okay.
But I also do. I mean, I'm in boxes. Yeah, man, go blue.
Dude,
I am Wolverine. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you come.
Dude, I was heartbroken at the Syracuse game. What's up, bro?
I ever worked with Sven, right? It was like the height of quarantine, so he had his whole.
Was it like June, right? Was it like June or?
I want to say no. It was like May or March, or it was like April, maybe.
That's right, because it started in March. That's right.
He had like the face shield, the swim goggles.
But he had his hair like he.
It was long, dude. It was. He looked
big. Like Wolverine on purpose. Like he.
I can't picture you with long hair,
dude.
No, but dude, could you picture me with a full beard, like coming out to here? That was me, dude. My brothers and I, when we were all quarantined, we had like a 5-month no shaving contest, and there's a point where my mom was like, "You guys need to stop."
Like I'm ashamed to be your mother right now. Like this
doesn't look good on any of you.
He's please like, no.
I think I haven't cut myself up since January.
So really?
Well, yours is fitting, bro. Yours looks good on you. Mine grows all like uneven and stuff, and I just look like patchy caveman.
What does he say in Biodome? He's like, "You're looking a little gristly."
Hey, shout out to Pauly Shore, man.
Holy crap, yo, Pauly Shore, if you are watching, I mean, probably not, but I would love to have you on the show, my man.
Right?
Dude, hop on.
I would love to party with Pauly. Like in that episode of Workaholics. Any watch Workaholics fans here?
Of course, dude. I just downloaded Hulu. First show I watched.
They have Pauly Shore in the glass case, and he's like, "Who wants to party with Pauly?" Staying cooked, like just screaming like he normally does on stage.
I just got through the drug test one where they all like had to.
They all failed. He just peed in all the cups.
And they just one way out.
Failed. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just logging into this draft right now. I have the second pick. So it is for a charity with my boy Jesse Clark out there. Shout out to Jesse.
Shout out to you, Jesse.
Hell yeah, we're gonna have Jesse on the show. I don't know. So here's the thing. This is it's a very interesting draft, right?
Okay.
So it's for charity, right? We are I believe we are, donating and whatnot. But it's only home runs and strikeouts. That's it. Like that's literally its best ball category, just home runs.
That would be so fun.
I was the number 2 pick. First pick was Garrett Cole because of strikeouts, right? And then my next pick, I took DeGrom.
Not a bad pick at all. Not a bad pick at all.
I mean, it's literally home runs and strikeouts.
Do you want a guy that potentially could win you that you could get as a steal in the lower rounds?
We also got to get back on track too after this. I'm gonna take Yelich. Actually, Yelich is out there. I'm gonna take him. Home runs.
Take Yelich. No, why not? Did you have the pick between Acuna and Betts? Well, who would you go with if it was Acuna and Betts?
Probably Betts.
I was gonna say, isn't Acuna have the better numbers?
Acuna right now is like ADP, like he's number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's got the age factor, man. He's
it's like interchangeable. I don't know, but I I guess if you're talking dynasty, of course, I would probably take Acuna, but like redraft. Yeah. I'm gonna take Christian Yelich. All right. So Zach Gallen, and here it's gonna segue into our next topic because this is a pretty important topic with baseball, and it hurts fantasy baseball, of course. What's the score of this Michigan game?
Who are they playing again? I'll look it up right now.
Florida State, my man.
Michigan Florida State score.
56-41. Got it.
Okay.
Nice. So Zach Gallen hurts himself, right? Spring training. They should not have. They're saying he's out. Going to be half the season, I believe, is the reports I'm seeing. There's no actual official timetable. If there is, then I'm sorry for that. But the reports I'm seeing is that it's close to probably half the season. Let's say. Do you think that the National League should go back to the DH? I mean, I know they tried it for a shortened season, but like, so
100%.
Sam, start us off on your hot take, my man.
So for example, you have pitchers like who, for example, like Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer is making $40 million this year, and he'll make $45 million next year, and he has less than 100 career at-bats. They're paying him to pitch. Why the heck would you have someone getting paid that much money to pitch? Why would you advocate that you want him to hit too when he has no experience whatsoever? And you're setting him up to get hurt. Like, for example, John Lester, he got paid $155 million from the Cubs when his contract is ended, and he pitches for the Nationals now. But for example, he has a career batting average not of 100, of .50.
Oh, that's it.
Wow.
And like, it's such a tease too. Like last year, for example, during the shortened season, they tried it out, and you had guys like Marcelo Zuna for the Braves just absolutely kill it, and then they just take it away after the Braves sign him the contract. That like hindered him signing his contract. What do you guys think?
Bogey, hop in, man.
So,
fantasy football dummy. If you got questions, ask them away, my man. So,
from a baseball dummy perspective, I am aware that the DH, they come through like if that's all he does, he hits. So
that's
it's
it. Big Poppy, Edgar Martinez, two of the greats. Probably two of the best.
Nelson Cruz.
Those are the two DHs of all time, probably David Ortiz and Edgar Martinez.
Yeah.
I think like with age too, if you're just a hitter and that's your only part of your game, right? You're the strength in your game. I think the designation of a DH is right up your alley then, right? You know
exactly. Exactly. Like Big Poppy is the perfect example.
So they removed it. So they don't have this anymore. They don't have.
So the National League, the pitchers usually bat ninth, and they are batting and because like the way you got to look at it is like
bringing the DH instead of
exactly, which is one. It's not the old school way of playing the game anymore. Like these guys, they're not. You know what I mean? They're not all making the same amount of money. They're not like everybody was. I feel like the same as valuable. Like back then, like I'm talking like years, like
decades,
60s, 70s. You know what I mean? Like even like before like Babe Ruth time and stuff like that. Like you're paying these guys way too much money.
Do you guys know who Nelson Cruz is?
Nelson Cruz, of course, man.
Yeah. Did you guys know that if the DH...
I don't know him personally.
No, yeah, totally. But did you guys know if the DH rule was a factor, the Braves were going to sign him? And that was the only reason he went
exactly.
Back to the only
because
reason
he can play DH exactly.
Because he doesn't want to play the outfield anymore because he doesn't want to risk getting hurt. And I totally get that. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, he just wants to hit. He got old man,
and he's still hitting the piss out of the ball. Like he's still gonna probably. I question. I had a draft last night in the league that I commissioned, and I was Nelson Cruz was staring at me right there for like 2 rounds where it would have been good value. I couldn't do it. I don't know why, but I have a feeling he's still gonna hit 30 home runs.
40. No, dude, and he'd be a great pickup for your home run and strikeout league. And you could probably get him in the low rounds, honestly.
Good call.
Phenomenal pickup, honestly.
Look at Sam. Hey, you're about to turn Sam out into a fantasy baseball analyst. Watch.
Right, dude? Hey, you got to start somewhere, my man.
I would love to, man.
Hey, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like, too. Boom. Sorry.
Give us a like, subscribe. Yeah. Sam's hot takes, Beauregard Scott, Fantasy Sven.
Beauregard Scott free. Hey man, we totally didn't bring on tell them about some monkey knife fight too, man. We didn't bring that up before. Oh my god, we forgot.
Tell me about it, bro.
So monkeyknifefight.com is one of our proud sponsors. We encourage everybody to head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, use promo code Rumboyz, and we'll match your first deposit all the way up to $50. With the MLB coming in full swing, pun intended, we got things such as home run derby. You know what I mean? We got all different kind of props,
like touchdown dance, but it's with home runs.
With home runs, you're gonna want to get in on this action. Once again, head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code Rumboyz in all caps and no caps. Don't match that first thing. all the way up to $50. Monkey knife fight. Give me my name.
Monkey knife fight. Check it out, guys. Check it out.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about SportsMe as well. Our boys over at SportsMe. This is exactly how we met Sam's hot takes.
Totally.
You know, because of SportsMe. So, sponsoring the show. So you can download the app, create a battle, throw something out there. We got a lot going on right now. I mean, we got March Madness right now. Baseball's around the corner. You got basketball. You got hockey. We have the Olympics this year too.
Oh man, awesome. I'm so excited, man. A little bit of normalcy back in the calendar. That's what I'm talking.
I mean, no spectators at the Olympics. I feel like you need spectators because it is an international. You know what I mean? Like you need like that pride from like your country. But I get it. I get it. You know, like
we all just want to be done with this, man. The coronavirus, like I'm so
in 4 years, in like 2 to 4 years from now, we're all going to be like just sitting around and be like, "Yo, man, remember 2020? Like, remember how crazy that shit was? Like, what we went like we're all in this together. You know what I mean? Like, this is like
the rapper Future. His song "Mask Off" is going to.
Now you lost. Now you lost.
Mask Off.
His song "Mask Off" is going to be famous.
Hey, I didn't expect Sven to know what Future was if he didn't know ASAP Rocky too. I was like, because Sam, one thing is I actually work in the music industry as far as my background. So I'm versed in all this stuff, you know what I mean?
Heck yeah,
man. And that's why I'm here. So I'm solely here on this show as a student of the game with Professor Sven, right? Because he's gonna whip me into shape. So I'm gonna know this baseball.
No. Teachers can't do that these days, man. Teachers can't do that.
Bro, you're on the right track. You're doing well so far. So props to you.
I'm on the clock again. We'll do that. I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna make this pick before we get into our next. Like the meat and potatoes of today's show, you know, our opening day matchup, right? Like opening day's coming around the corner. I got a couple that we're going to chat about. Some top ones. You can bring in any kind you want, but these I feel like are the top matchups of Thursday. Trevor Story, home runs, yes.
Oh yeah, as long if he's staying in Colorado, which is obviously what's going to happen because that's what the GM said is going to happen.
I feel like he might get traded, but if he does, it's probably not going to be like. But it's not. I don't know. Coors is a hitter's field.
Right now, right?
No, totally.
Coors is a hitter's field. That's the thing.
Dude, I think they're going to give him some ridiculous Nolan Arenado extension and then let him play for a year or two and then trade him.
All right, I'm going Trevor Story because of home runs.
Yeah.
Trevor Story, Christian Yelich, and DeGrom. That's not bad. I'm looking at two guys that could potentially both go over 30 home runs.
That's amazing.
Right? And then DeGrom, I mean, my man DeGrom, he's going to – if he throws 200 plus innings, you're looking at close to 300 strikeouts.
No, totally. Dude, definitively. And I don't know if you read this or not. His velocity has gone up.
Yeah, dude. He's like a fine. He's better than a fine wine.
Dude, he's throwing gas. He's throwing gas.
Wine wishes they were Jacob DeGrom.
Dude.
Hell yeah. So opening day matchups right around the corner, coming this Thursday. I'm so excited. I do work from home and my TV's right next to. I am going to have every game up I possibly can on my TV. The first matchup, ironically, is I don't want to like rub it in everyone's face, you know, but like the opening day matchup is like the Yankees versus the Toronto Blue Jays, which I am very excited for this matchup of Garrett Cole versus Ryu.
Ryu.
Sam, start us off, my man. How do you feel about that matchup?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. And here's why. Because Hyun-Jin Ryu is definitively their best starter by a long shot. And Hyun-Jin Ryu is an awesome pitcher. He's a little bit streaky in the sense of like he's going to go on a run through the season where you're going to be like, gosh, Hyun-Jin Ryu is like the best thing since sliced bread. But then he's going to go on a shaky streak where he has like 2 or 3 starts where he allows like 5 or 6 runs and he's not going to be great. And then he's probably going to spend like 15 to 30 days on the injured list. And he's never a guy that you want to go for innings. He's definitely a guy that you want to pick in the later rounds if you want a guy with low ERA, low contact number or high contact numbers. So, like, he's the kind of guy that he throws a pitch and he's going to get a ground out more likely than a strikeout. But what I'm more excited about that matchup is watching Garrett Cole. Every time I get a chance to watch GC on the mound, I'm blown away. Whether it's the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, the sharp breaking stuff, or just the way he presents himself, that's what I'm excited.
Garrett Cole world?
Yeah, bro. The one interesting thing is he's having Gary Sanchez catch him, which I'm a little worried about because I'm not too high on Gary Sanchez.
Oh man, Gary Sanchez,
scary Gary, man.
Mark Sanchez.
Gary.
The Dirty Sanchez, if this was started.
The Dirty Sanchez is the appropriate name.
The Dirty Sanchez. Just think a 40-year-old version with the little Gupta dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Love it.
You're
talking about that
vodka there, man.
Bogey gets it down, man. He gets it down, dude. Friday night, we'll have to have you on Rumboyz after dark, man. We'll talk to Robbie, but I don't see. Bro, we get at it, dude. We get at it, bro. Every Friday night, man.
It would be great to bring you on too, because when baseball's in full swing, pun intended, right? If we don't have we're not decorated with baseball guys outside of Sven, you know what I mean?
I noticed that, and you know what, dude? That's why, I was talking to Jeff a little bit about that. Like, Jeff, he's starting to think.
Jeff, man.
Shout out to Jeff. Hell yeah, the creator of SportsMe, one of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was telling me that, Jeff? Like, I don't know. And like, I know the goal of SportsMe and the goal of all of this is to be well equipped in all sports. So like to have
every aspect, yes.
Exactly. It's so important to have people that are knowledgeable in all factors. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you are the baseball guy, dude. You know
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
No, and I remember when I first started, Akiva wanted me to stop posting about baseball and start posting more about the NBA. And I felt like such a fool because, like,
nobody likes NBA. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the NBA, but it's like, who do you guys think is going to be the Lakers or the Cavs?
I don't know, man. When you can start picking and choosing like your championships, and I say championships because it happens. Like you go to a team like what LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh did. Like that's like some high school shit, man. That's like some backyard.
Right now, man.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Who just got signed to the Nets? Somebody.
Marcus Aldridge.
So I said, listen, man, even
half of an Aldridge is okay, I guess.
Yeah.
LeBron started this whole thing of the super team aspect in the modern day NBA.
It's crazy, man. It's different. I like Spurs type of basketball.
That you built that team. You know
Passing the whole team. Like LeBron proved that he can literally go to a team that was not good. Like the Cavs were atrocious.
The Cavs were awful.
And then we'll get back into our matchups, but the Cavs were not good. He comes back and then he beats the Warriors in the finals. And weren't they down 3-0? Weren't they down 3-0 that year?
I know exactly what matchup you're talking about. And that's why I don't like watching the NBA because it's becoming more and more predictable.
Listen, man. Yeah. After they were down 3-0, you know what I mean? I have a theory that LeBron sent the dude in the restaurant to troll Draymond Green, and Draymond smacked the dude and got suspended.
Did you guys see that comment?
That's awesome. Honestly, I'm not surprised because the guy. I mean, you don't want a hitter that's going to bat 200 for you,
dude. I think he's going to get released.
300 hitter, even I know that.
I think he's going to get released.
300 is very good. Like 300 is good.
And don't get me wrong. When I see Gary play at his peak, he's like one of the scariest offensive catchers in baseball. But like the fact that he can't block, the fact that he had a 3.5 ERA with Garrett Cole and Kyle Higashioka had a 1 ERA. Like that's
he was the number one catcher prospect at one point too. Like that's the crazy. Like it was all like everybody was we were so excited for Gary Sanchez coming up.
Were you surprised he got a contract this year after?
I don't know, man. A little bit.
I was. It must have been such an awkward position for them to be in. You know what I mean? Like, God, because like I don't think I've ever seen someone have as bad of a season as Gary Sanchez had.
I wonder if there's a different tax that like American players or even like Dominican players or whatnot when they go to the Canada. You know what I mean? I wonder how that works.
If anybody's Leafs, if Leafs, you're in the chat, my man. Hook us up, right?
I actually have no idea how that works.
How does it work in Canada?
Yeah. I work with some people at my day job. You know what I mean? Like with people from Canada, I could always talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, that's probably good because I don't know how that process works about how to like mix leagues or like get into a different league or something like that.
Yeah, international.
This matchup though, I'm very excited because it's the AL East, and I love the AL East games. Like no matter how bad I feel, yes, obviously some teams are worse than others every year, but like Toronto could finish. They could get the wild card. They could even win this division with the talent that they have on their team.
You really think they're better than Tampa?
I don't know. Tampa's a solid team too, but I feel like Toronto's lineup could be deadly. They have probably 5 or 6 guys that could hit 30+ home runs.
The X factor is Vlad Guerrero Jr., man.
Bichette, Kevin Biggio, Lourdes Gurria, just drafted him.
They all need to take step forwards, man.
Hernandez, man. That is.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. They all have amazing potential, but like you need that potential to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course you have
to. None of them have really broken out yet. So that's really, to me, the X factor, and that's why I think
I needed home runs, Jesse.
Had to take my guy Yelch. Oh,
he's in the draft. He's in the draft, representing that unwrapped sports. What's up?
Yeah,
shout out Perry. What up, Perry? Perry's also in the league too.
Yeah, Salty took Yelch.
All those dudes are awesome, man. Garrett from Iowa too, man.
Garrett from Iowa.
Who do you guys think is going to win that game?
I don't know. I honestly, I hope it's the Yankees. I mean, we'll see.
Dude, I don't
think it's going to come down to. I don't think it's going to come down to these two. I think it's going to come down to the bullpen. Yeah, I really think Ryu is going to pitch a good game. Welcome to the AL East. You know what I mean? You're playing Yankees on opening day, against Garrett Cole. Like, holy crap!
I just think you can't. I'm never in my life going to bet against Garrett Cole.
Right? And that's exactly. All right, let's book it. Yankees are going to win. Boom.
Yankees are going to win. Boom.
Let's go. Yeah. Next matchup that I am very excited for because this is going to be another one that is also a division matchup. The Phillies versus Atlanta. Aaron Nola versus Max Fried.
I'm going with the Braves, and I
represent that ATL, yo.
Yeah, I'm not even I don't even know. I'm the baseball dummy here, but I know that the Phillies have been they've been a dumpster fire, right? Am I far off?
They're not
Dude,
bad.
You didn't sound like a dummy right there. That's pretty spot on, man.
Recently, they haven't been awful. They do have some weathered pitchers, a little bit of weathered pitchers, but
the X factor for me is if JT Real Muto is going to crack the opening day lineup because I know he had
right.
He had a fractured thumb or whatever, and they're still talking about whether he had enough at bats in the spring to crack the opening day roster. And
he's your Travis Kelce of catchers.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's nobody else though. Like he's literally, but we can talk about this towards at the end after these matchups of why I actually wanted to not even have catcher positions in fantasy.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you because it's all about the offense, and honestly, unless you have a defensive minded league, it doesn't
exactly.
Yeah. But
boring.
No, exactly. Yeah, no. So I think if JT plays, the Phillies have a chance. But I'm gonna go with Beauregard, man. I think the Braves all day with Max Fried are gonna take that. Honestly, he's a better pitcher. They have a better team.
Aaron Nola's a hell of a pitcher, though. Too. This is gonna be one hell of a matchup. I'm very excited.
If he's getting caught against Jeff Mathis, he's not gonna win the game.
Dude, and if anybody's followed me on Twitter or seen any of my stuff, Adley, I have been I'm telling literally every single person to draft him because he is. I think he's going to be the next
Joe Mauer,
Ivan Rodriguez, consistent everyday catcher. I mean, the guy's a stud.
That's why the Orioles are being so patient with him. Honestly,
there's no reason because the Orioles are not a good team.
No, yeah, absolutely. And they're going to lose.
You don't have to be the baseball dummy to know they're not. If you follow sports a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Camden
you'll never see Orioles highlights.
Shout out to my boy TC, who lives in Baltimore, who's a Orioles fan. You know, I love Trey Mancini though too. He's my other guy.
Inspirational. I love Trey Mancini. Love Trey Mancini, man.
Mancini.
I've seen some of his little speech, or what is it? The motivational shit he be doing.
Oh, they're great. Awesome. They're phenomenal, man. They're really, really good. Yeah. No, and he's an inspiration, man. Coming back from cancer to
look at this troll. Look at this troll hopping on. Who is this?
Oh, Rumboyz, Rob. Hey,
no, we get him all the time, dude. There's a Bogard troll too, where it's like it's me and it says like Bogard shrooms, like it just says the most wild shit. And what's fucked up is they thought it was me for the longest because it would be shit that I would probably say. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, this is along the lines of what Bogart would say. You know what I mean? Shout out to that guy, though, man. You know what I mean? I feel like
thanks, man. Hey, thanks, man, for taking the time to make a troll account of me. You know what I mean? Like, you still took the time to think about me. Like, that's the way I look at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
very thoughtful.
We just got a comment too that said Orioles manager won't. No, and that Adley won't be called up unless they're in playoff contention. Which that's absolutely true, and there's no way
it happen. So that means Adley's not getting called up. But
exactly,
I'm strongly disagreeing with. I'm strongly disagreeing with this because I want him to get called up. I have him in I think like 2 out of my 3 leagues already. I'm trying to get him in.
Did you see that Matt Harvey made the Orioles starting rotation?
Matt Harvey, that's right. Holy crap!
Yeah, he's on the O's.
The Dark Knight of Queens.
Dude, he was throwing 95, and the O's thought he had good enough stuff to make the team.
Clearly, they don't have much depth if Matt Harvey's making the rotation. Unless he is making a comeback. That's insane. Have you ever seen the Jimmy Fallon skit where he maybe not? I mean, this was years ago when Matt Harvey was actually a good pitcher. You know,
through the windows, right? Is that
no. He would literally take a mic in broad daylight in New York City in Manhattan. Actually, it wasn't even Manhattan. It was Queens because Mets playing Queens. So he would literally go up to people and be like, hey, like, what do you think of this guy, Matt Harvey? And they're like, oh, I think he's a good pitcher. He's a nice, he seems like a nice young guy or whatever. And but it's Matt Harvey literally interviewing them. And they have no idea because nobody knew who the hell this guy was.
I think he's going to be a bounce back
whatsoever. But he dominated. He absolutely
I think he's going to bounce back. I'm not.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Felix Hernandez is going to pitch out of the bullpen, I think.
Hall of Fame. One of the best. It was a privilege to watch him play in his prime.
I watched him.
Shout out to Felix Hernandez. If you're watching and you're not in the rotation right now, you know what I mean, bro? Shout out to you, but you're probably not watching it. It's all good.
Totally.
Oh,
right, but dude, so next
troll account.
He's that Rumboyz troll account. Yep. That's what's up. Next matchup that I think is this is a battle. I mean, kind of the youngins, we'll see which team is going to be better come end of the season. The Cardinals Reds, Jack Flaherty versus Luis Castillo. Sam, start us off, man. I think this is a killer matchup.
That is the best matchup you brought up so far.
These are two top 10 fantasy starting pitchers with the potential for both to be top 5 even, I think. Like they have the stuff to do that.
And man, I am going to say I'm going to go with Jack Flaherty. Jack Flaherty I've watched the way he prepares himself for games. I've watched the way he talks to the media and how just the mindset he gets into before games. He literally goes on the mound with the mindset of, I'm going to beat you with the best stuff I have, and I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, the best in the league. I'm going to beat you. And I think that bulldog mentality is going to get him over Luis Castillo. Wow. Even though, no disrespect to Luis Castillo, he's a very great pitcher. I can picture that game being like 1-0. Honestly, it's going to be
Mookie in them too. So
Michigan. Sorry,
he's the guy.
I'm gonna finish my drink. I'm gonna cheers to Michigan right now, making the Elite Eight, like for like
Michigan
for the past like 5 years, my man. They've made it like so. Oh my God, so many times. I watched them. They came down the first year I was here in Texas. They were in the Sweet 16 with Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, this squad they should have won it. They lost in the final to Louisville. Me and my brother, we went to the Sweet 16 and we saw them at Jerry World, and we watched them beat Kansas in one of the best college basketball games ever. When Trey Burke was just, oh my God.
I swear it's always Duke, Kentucky, Kansas.
We were there.
Like those core teams I always feel like are the best. Like, but this whole year's brackets have been so
it's different. It's different. But again, you still got your teams that are like Michigan is a good team. Gonzaga is a good team. Like they're playing good basketball. Like it's very rare that you'll see the Oral Roberts, you know, like Villanova.
Don't even get me started on the Oral Roberts. Oh my God.
They lost, I think, yesterday, right?
Yeah, I saw, but what he did was crazy.
Dude. It was unreal. Unbelievable. Yeah. Being in that stadium to see Trey Burke hit that shot, it was like,
literally in the comments.
We were literally at the top too of like, because Jerry World, what they did is Jerry World's a massive stadium.
Yeah. Huge.
So they shut down the entire second row, like second part, and they only did the floor behind the nets and then way up top. But where we were, man, like you could see everything.
Like the awesome angle from everywhere.
It was awesome. It was
energy in the air, man.
Venmo wasn't really a thing. PayPal was like, I mean, this was only 9 years ago, 8 years ago, let's say.
Venmo, give me money.
Somebody was a Kansas fan, and they were going to go to the next game, and they were going to sell us like 5 rows back from the freaking net, man, for like $40 each. We had no cash. We're like, yo, bro, we'll follow you.
Give you Venmo right now.
But it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing.
Dude, it's
the world's changing, man.
It was crazy, man. It was absolutely crazy.
I can't believe that, man. That's
right?
Wild.
Only 8 or 9 years ago.
Jeez.
Dude, Jack Flaherty, hell of a pitcher. Luis Castillo. I don't know. Like I think it goes down to like which lineup do you think could actually hit the you got Nolan Arenado.
And the
Reds have a sneaky. I feel like the Reds have a sneaky lineup.
Nick Castellanos, Mike Moustakas.
Yep.
They have like 5
Eugenio Suarez, right? They still have Suarez.
So he might even play
Jesse Winker still, who's not. I feel like he needs to like find his like way a little bit.
And I don't know if you guys follow the Cardinals at all. They're kind of lacking on offense. Look, I know they have Nolan Arenado, sure, but like, can you tell me one starting outfielder for the Cardinals right now?
Tommy Edman.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing, though. They have a lot of guys. I mean, like a couple of years ago, they definitely. I feel like they just build up these young guys that are gonna come up from from AAA, and you're gonna be like, holy crap, this guy's a hitter.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like it's like.
I'm surprised they didn't put Matt Carpenter in the outfield. I'm surprised that he's starting the year on the bench.
So I'm going to just pull up their roster really quick.
Do it.
Nice.
Because Tommy Edman is the guy that I've been touting a little bit, just because of his eligibility too with multiple positions for fantasy, and you always want to go for that. Excuse me, sorry, I should have muted my mic.
I think we got to talk to Rob, man. Sam. You need to be like a regular on this joint, man.
Dude. Oh my gosh, please bring me back. This is
clearly it's either Robbie or there's a troll. We don't know. You know what I mean? Because Rumboyz got kicked off Twitter.
No. Like, dude, when Robbie first asked me to do this, I was so pumped because I was like, finally, some guys that are like willing to sit with me and talk about baseball, because some of my baseball battles are popular, but some of them are like, I don't know. I get like one person responding because it's like you said.
I'll tell you this much. We're in a group thread with me, him, and Rob, and Sven was mad advocating for you. You know what I mean? He was like, how do I find him? And he was trying to find you on every social media platform. And he's like, is he in the witness protection program? Like, I can't find him, dude. Like,
Henry Hill. Like, You're Henry Hill.
You're Henry Hill.
Hey, dude, nobody got this. Adam, I'm ashamed of you, Adam, that you don't know what this is. You know what I mean? Like, Connor, do you know what this is? Nobody knows what this is. This is ridiculous.
I don't know what it is.
Is it like the who, what, why, when, how? I don't.
Oh my god! All right,
I'm confused, man. You got
All right, I'll give it like another minute or two. We'll talk about the outfielders of the St. Louis Cardinals really quick. But one, I'm actually ashamed of myself that I forgot because he got drafted one pick right before me last night, and I was so pissed. Dylan Carlson, who has potential to be the Rookie of the Year this year. Watch out for him. Tyler O'Neill is also another interesting outfielder.
Mediocre, I think, is a better term for Tyler O'Neill. He's not that good.
I drafted him. Let me see if I drafted him last night. It's either him or I'm thinking of someone else.
I'm looking up the Cardinals starting outfielders right now.
Dylan Carlson, Tyler O'Neill.
Starting.
And then who's the other one? I lost it.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like
Justin Williams, exactly.
I feel like I'm at a baseball game right now because I am there.
Oh my god!
Wait. I think I'm going to take off. I'm taking off like opening day for the Rangers down here that Monday, and I'm going to go to the game.
It's a different world in Texas, man. You can literally it's everything's normal.
No, it's just a different world. Period.
The coronavirus isn't real there.
It's a different country, even.
It's very real. It's very real. They just are more lenient.
Dude, Victor Mesa.
Victor Mesa. I know that name. He was a very hyped prospect for a really long time. But he kind of, pardon my French, shit the bed. In the sense of he never really came to be.
24 years old.
Yeah. Well, I don't really think Victor Mesa is going to. He's probably like a backup at best, and he's one of those prospects that was really, really hyped up but didn't work out, and that happens sometimes. You know what I mean? In the league, like there's definitely a fair share of prospects that look really great in the minors, but then just like get the major leagues and again shit the bed. Like don't even know.
Exactly, and we talked about that last week about on-base percentage and like someone like a Bobby Dalbec. I mean, yeah, the guy can hit, but he strikes out way too much. George Springer was the perfect example of that too when he first came up.
No, but Bobby Dalbec, on the other hand, I think he could be a masher. I think he could hit some home runs for the Sox. I think he could be, and I know you're a Yankees fan, and that's like the last thing you want to hear. But
exactly.
He definitely is on my radar for Rookie of the Year. I think
Hold on, Sam. So I'm just assuming that you were a Yankees fan, being from New York.
Hell yeah, bro. Soto at 4. I'm okay with that.
Oh, that you are lucky to get Soto at 4. That is a steal. So, dude, Soto's going to hit like 350 with 4.
We also got Connor's team in the chat as well. We could talk about that after these matchups. So actually, let's finish with these matchups. So I think Castillo. I actually think Castillo is going to pitch a little bit better than Flaherty.
I agree, and that's just because of the Reds lineup. I think the Reds are going to win that game 1-0. I take back what I said earlier. I think Flaherty's going to lose 1-0 against the Reds.
This is another one that I think that Oakland is going to win this division. And we talked about this. Sam's hot takes. He dropped one of these. I think Oakland's going to win, but we got Zach Greinke of the Astros versus Chris Bassett, who I really like. Chris Bassett. Kid's got good stuff, but Zach Greinke, veteran, been there before, knows how to pitch.
So
Bogey, you start us off. I want to hear the fantasy baseball dummy. I know you don't know these guys, but like,
I'm in the Bay, bro. I'm going with the Athletics, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
Shout out to the town. Oakland, stand up. You know what I mean? Bay Area, stand up.
No. Well, Zach, I don't. So funny story. I know Zach Greinke. Personally, yeah, he made an appearance on. I used to do a show with these other guys with this network called Phantom that doesn't exist anymore, and they brought on a baseball analyst female who was really, really close with Zach Greinke, and I won't get into detail why, but Zach Greinke is one of the strangest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. He's a very weird dude, but with that being said, he is one of the premier pitchers I've ever seen. And I don't think Oakland or Houston is going to win the division. But in that specific matchup, I got to give it to Zach Greinke, man. Zach Greinke just knows how to pitch. He knows. He literally went on when during the sign stealing scandal stuff and wasn't involved with it at all and was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell hitters what I'm going to throw, and he would shout to the hitters the pitch he was going to throw and where he was going to throw it, and he still pitched well. Well. So I'm going with Zach Greinke in that matchup all the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just going to go the complete opposite and play the devil's advocate. I think Chris Bassett is a hell of a pitcher, and I think he's going to go sub-3 ERA this year for the A's. I think the A's are going to take that division, and I'm actually predicting Oakland to win this just because Astros, they still have all of this whole scandal. I feel like people are forgetting about it, but not really. You know,
I think the Angels are going to win, and I think
Shohei. Oh, jeez! All right, now we're not going to have him on the show anymore. That's it. No,
Shohei Ohtani's win the MVP this year. No, he's hit 102 miles an hour multiple times. He's hit 6 home runs this spring. He's finally healthy. I'm excited.
You talked about this on SportsMe.
I did, bro. Yeah. I literally made a battle. Shohei's going to win the MVP. I'm calling it right here on the show first. Shohei Ohtani is my guy to win the AL MVP this year. He's going to do phenomenal.
I hope he stays healthy. He is an animal. He's a freak of an athlete. Speaking of freaks of athletes, this is actually the matchup that I am the most excited for. It is Jacob deGrom versus Max Scherzer. Holy crap. We're talking pitching royalty right now. If you're a baseball fan, you're going to tune in, you're going to look, you're going to see but if you're wanting to get into baseball, or if you want to appreciate the game, watch the Mets versus the Nationals. These two guys, both have great lineups. Mets could take the division. That's how what they did this offseason. They have some heavy hitters on the team. Jacob deGrom, unbelievable. Best pitcher in baseball. You could say he's better than Garrett Cole. It's okay. Jacob deGrom is fantastic. He is absolutely fantastic. He's single-handedly. He went 10-9. I think he went 10-9 when he won the Cy Young. He had a 1.7 ERA. And if they would have given him run support, if they would have given him actual run support that year, he would have won 25 games. I think he would have won 25 to 30 games. Correct.
Would have won 25 games. Yep. No, I totally hear you, and I think those tickets should cost $300 a pop, because that's what baseball is all about, man.
That's what pitching. That is a pitching matchup right there.
And honestly, Scherzer, although he had the ultimates in the 2019 World Series, and I know he was kind of hurt in 2020, I really liked how he's looked this spring. He's hit 97, 98 miles an hour a couple times, and he's just a master. So, and I know that Jacob deGrom in early April every single year suffers with back spasms. So I'm going to go with Scherzer, but it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go with the Nationals winning that game 3-2 on a Kyle Schwarber home run in the 8th inning.
Kyle Schwarber. Good God. There's a DH guy. There's going to be a DH guy. You're going to find him in the American League in a couple of years. You're going to see him in the American League.
Totally. 100. I'm surprised you didn't go this year.
Give me money.
Right? DH totally give me money.
Right?
This matchup, I'm very excited for it. I'm going to be.
That's a good matchup, bro. And you got deGrom everywhere too, right?
Oh, dude, no, deGrom. Yeah, but I'm going to go with
in 2 leagues now. 2 out of 4.
Yeah, 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4 leagues. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. 50% rostership.
Did you guys know that it's crazy? Scherzer signed this deal. This is the last year of his contract. His unbelievable crazy run in Washington is going to be done after this year. I think he's going to sign a 1-year deal with the Yankees after this year, because the Yankees have said a bunch of times we will do anything to get Max Scherzer, and they took a flyer on Corey Kluber this year. Why wouldn't they take a 1-year flyer on Max Scherzer next year too?
That's a good point.
Crazy hot take, just what I think.
But you are. This is not a crazy hot take. It's Sam's hot take.
It's Sam's hot takes. Exactly.
Hot takes. Yes.
Bogart is totally your hype man. You know what I mean? You want a hype man. That's why.
I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm here.
I refuse to do a show. I wouldn't have went live if Bogart wasn't here.
Oh, man. You literally text me you're on, right, my man? I was like,
yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Let's get it.
I was quiet in the chat for a minute as I was just doing other things. I was like, oh, bro, I thought you knew I was on automatically, bro.
I know, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on, Sven. I'm not gonna. You're Wolverine. I'm Sabretooth to your Wolverine. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I know your character wasn't great in the movies that you appeared in, but
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Yes, even though yours was phenomenal.
hey, there's only one Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there really is. Yeah.
That's right.
But
Hey, let's take a look at Connor's team that he posted before.
Cool.
So what is that? That's Christian Vasquez,
Anthony Rizzo, Altuve, Machado, Torres, Segura, Devers. I'm not surprised Devers fell hard. Soto, Springer, Blackman.
Love Blackman. I love Blackman. I don't know why he's not getting as much love. Like
I know
he doesn't steal as many bases, but he's a good hitter. That lineup is in shambles, but it's him, Trevor Story, Garrett Hampson, maybe if he's like, and Ryan McCann. I'm actually a big fan of Ryan McCann.
So I love the whole thing except for picking Kalanick because Kalanick isn't going to make the opening day roster.
He'll be called up. I have a feeling he's going to be called up in the first
and you know the Mariners because of the CEO's comments. They're manipulating his service time, whatever. I know that's not good for the game, but and I think you're right. After a couple weeks, he's going to get pulled up. Brian Reynolds, that's a surprising one for Pittsburgh. He's probably going to be the best player offensively the Pittsburgh Pirates have on that sad roster.
Can we start calling him Deadpool?
Nice.
Wait, what?
Nice. Nice. Brian Reynolds, Deadpool, Brian Reynolds. If we mention him this much though on the show,
he might show up. Right?
There's something wrong. I mean, he might show up, but yeah, I don't.
I also don't love the Lorenzo Cain pick.
I don't like Lorenzo Cain either.
No, he's already hurt.
Ty Franco though.
No, Franco.
Ty Franco is right? Isn't that his first name?
Yeah, he just signed with the Orioles.
Yeah.
To be their starting third baseman, and he finally broke out last year. And I think he's going to build off that in a huge way. And I think that's a great last pickup. Ooh, pitchers. What do we got? Like Kershaw. Sonny Gray is still a thing. Can't believe that. Back recently.
That's crazy. I remember hearing about that guy a minute ago.
He was on the A's, man.
He was, and then the Yanks for a while.
That's probably why you heard him.
He was really bad for the Yankees, though. It trade him.
One of my best friends,
Stanley Jansen, Brad Hand.
Yeah, Jansen's not great. I don't love the Jansen or the Hand.
Depends on the league, but I actually don't draft relievers.
I wouldn't either. I don't think it's a smart idea.
I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, what's up, Bogey?
No, in fantasy, like, what points would a reliever really get you? You know
so, like, it depends on your league. So, so some leagues that I'm in, like the Heart to Start boys. What up?
Shout out.
Hey guys.
So that one, it's if you get a save, then obviously saves are like it's a category that you're going to win.
Okay.
You know, like there's ERA, there's WHIP, there's saves and strikeouts, I believe, for pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that,
winning that category is like, you know, it's a thing.
Exactly. And there's some leagues where you have to fill out your roster position, but like I don't.
You're not spending up as far as draft capital.
Nah, I'd rather draft like an outfielder or like a base, like a batter or something. Unless there's literally no one out there that I do like, I will draft a reliever. But it changes so much.
It does often.
Like San Diego, nobody knew who San Diego. Nobody knew who was going to close. Mark Melanson, okay, yeah, he's not bad. He's been a closer for years. He's been around. But Emilio Pagan apparently is the leader. At least the latest reports that I've seen. I saw that after the one draft.
The Mighty Ducks coach
dropped Emilio.
And it goes back to your point, man. That's why I wouldn't draft a reliever.
I dropped. Depends on the time of the draft too. Like this draft was like 2 weeks, or like a week and a half ago, or something like that. 2 weeks ago. So I didn't draft one, but then now I picked him up. You know what I mean?
How do you guys feel about Chris Sale at the end?
I like honestly. So I think that was actually going to be one of the topics too that I didn't put down, but like. You got Chris Sale, you got Noah Syndergaard, Thor, and Luis Severino, just to name 3 of pretty awesome pitchers before they got hurt. They're going to come back this year. right?
Severino, man.
So like who do you like out of those three? I don't mind your pitchers, Connor. I mean, they're not Mad Bum. We'll see. I feel like he just literally was up here and now he's
the
like
only lightweight bum. He's like,
I am not high on Bumgarner at all.
I don't mind Sixto. I like Sixto. I like Marcus Stroman. Richard Rodriguez.
Sixto's a beast.
I'm
always gonna love Bumgarner just because.
No, I don't love Bumgarner. I think it between Sale and Severino, it's tight, but I'm probably gonna go with Severino because I think Chris Sale's funky delivery is just a recipe for him to get hurt. And I know they're both coming off TJ surgery, but I like how one.
Can we call it Tommy John and not make it sound cool like TJ surgery?
TJ surgery, bro. No, but I'm gonna go with Severino over Sale just because of I think Severino has more consistent delivery. I think he throws a little bit harder, and I think that he's going to be on a better team than Boston, which is going to pump him up to pitch better than Chris Sale. If that makes sense.
No, I hear you on that. I mean, naturally, as a Yankees fan, I obviously want Severino to do better.
Yeah, it's tight
as well too. I still do like Thor.
Forget about it.
Thor has actually pitched pretty solid in his I guess simulated games or whatever they call them right now. Like he's reaching 97, 98. I mean, my man could be back probably right before the All-Star break. Potentially, we'll see. But if I'm actually, I love Thor. I would probably go Thor, Severino, Sale if I were to rank those three guys of who I would want on my team.
See, I'm not as high on Thor because Severino at least had that one breakout year where he looked like the best thing since sliced bread.
He was very good.
My brother invented sliced bread.
No way.
And I invented sandwiches. Continue.
I think that I don't know. I actually disagree with you. I would put Thor at the end of my list because realistically,
what'd you say, bro?
I would. No, I put Thor at the end just because he hasn't had that
sounds like a
dominant stretch yet. You know, sure he's got the stuff, but I don't know. Prove it. That's all I got to say.
He can throw fire. They actually have a lineup this year, the Mets. I feel like, and here's the thing. They kind of, I mean, Carrasco is going to come back. So there you go. He's another pitcher actually to throw in that because he's probably going to be out, let's say a couple months. I mean, Carrasco, actually, you know what? Carrasco could be above, maybe even above those guys. I think Carrasco is a stud. But
I agree.
What I'm getting at with Thor is that he may not face their best pitcher, let's say whenever he comes back, he could be towards maybe even the bottom of the rotation or just.
That's a good point.
I like Carrasco more than Thor. I'm going to be honest.
Yes. I think I agree with you on that.
I think Carrasco just has a better track record than Thor. And plus, maybe this is just me, but the
better nickname with Thor though.
Yeah, I know. That's an epic.
Yeah. He's not as big as Chris Hemsworth though.
Carrasco's is Cookie. And I love cookies.
That is his weird.
I might go
That's a weird nickname,
though. Well, dude,
in the Bay Area, we have a phenomenal marijuana strain called Cookie. So, I'm going that.
That is what I was getting at with the cookies thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, continue.
No, but I just think. Look, Carrasco is coming back from leukemia. He came back from leukemia. He came back from a heart ultimate, I think. And he's tough. He's tough as nails. And you're going to slide him in a rotation, and he's just going to do what he does best. Throw a mid-3 to high-2 ERA, 200-plus innings. Maybe not this year because he's going to miss a month, like you said, Sven. But I think I just like him more than Thor based off of the track records. I still think Thor is a solid guy, but he'd probably be last on my list. What's up, bro?
Fantasy dummy question, right? So being on the 30-day IL, right? So we're talking how many games, ballpark, pun intended. How many games?
Probably like 25.
That's a lot of fucking games, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of games to miss.
Okay.
It's a lot of games to miss. And that's why I don't think he would break the 200 inning barrier.
So no, 200 innings.
In a draft, does that matter? Like when all right, he's designated to be, on the IL for the 30-day joint. So is that going to drop them in ADP, average draft position? Right?
It'll drop him in the draft for sure because if you're gonna want someone that's durable and healthy and it's not gonna miss time, like if you're missing time, then you're missing chances to put up those good numbers that you want to put up. And then after that, it's kind of just like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we drafting this guy that's injured?
Yeah.
Play? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Now, Sven, one more fantasy dummy question. In your leagues, do you have an IL?
Yes.
So you can put them on there and then fill the spot.
Like in one league I did.
Like
you see it like
IR in fantasy.
Exactly. So like Severino, like I drafted one, mind you, it is also a keeper league too. It is your heart to heart, boys. So I drafted Severino as like my third to last pick. So if he's on my IL right now, even if he doesn't pan out this year,
you can keep him.
You bet your ass. I mean, if he does pretty well, I'm keeping him next year because that keeper is going to be ridiculous.
And I'm telling you, man, if you did pick him up, it's a good pick. That's amazing.
It happens.
To last too.
Last night in my league, that like all of these guys were taken. Of course, you're going to draft these guys because one, it's a long season. You like football. Like if the guy's going to be half like. Then you know what you're not. If you draft him,
17 games nowadays, right? 17 games, dude. If a guy starts off the year on the pup,
his stock drops so much. Baseball
so much on the pup, dude. Like that's 8 weeks minimum.
So I have a question of my own because I'm not really into the fantasy leagues as you guys are. Did George Springer's stock fall significantly when Toronto found out that he wasn't going to be ready for opening day?
No, I still think people still like him. I mean, I guess I hadn't seen a significant drop in his ADP. Like his ADP wasn't like that high. I mean, it was high enough. Let me pull it up really quick.
Yeah. Pull up his average draft position right here because that's a good question though. Because to be honest, too, recency bias is a real thing. And I would say, like, when it comes to fantasy football, there's so many people chimed in on it that, like, any bit of news, bruh, will curve ideology so crazy. But with baseball, I feel like, you know what I mean? Because of, like, I don't want to say that it ain't popular, but maybe it's because it's, like, the stepchild, as far as popularity, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they're slower to it. So they'll look at the name and still draft them high. You know what I mean? The status won't affect it. Status won't affect it because they're not as engaged. You know what I mean?
This masshole.
Well, look at even me. You know, I have a bunch of Yankees hats.
Batter up. So when we drink, we got to keep that going too. Whenever we drink, we say batter up. Exactly. We're also probably gonna come to the end of the show as well. I know you plan on it being not that long, but then you get to talking and you're like,
but this should be like a 2-hour show, to be honest.
Right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, during the season, when it gets to be during the season,
you could probably shorten it.
No doubt. No. I'm saying no doubt because there's so many.
Much to cover. Yeah.
There's so many
much to cover, and like the news updates by the minute.
Games are going to be going on Sundays. Like we could prepare because like Sunday night baseball is literally going to be kicking off right at the end of this show too. So like there's like a Sunday night preview also that we're So like anybody that comes through this is a fantastic segue into what I was going to say about like lineup questions. Be sure to submit your lineup questions, guys, like on the show, like comments, like during the week. You can, I mean, you guys know that obviously I've at Fantasy Sven, any lineup questions, my man. Like this is, I relate it to how I would start my lineup.
Totally. No,
I give you the breakdown of like, I wouldn't start this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
I love the role as fantasy insider too. I'm gonna make that my own.
Oh, he's designating it.
Yeah.
I like
Sam's
that.
hot takes.
Look at this
Fantasy
guy.
Insider.
Sam's hot takes, aka the fantasy
Insider.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, he got the earpiece. He's like, hold on. We got some.
Right, I got it. Wait, what is that?
Wait,
Okay.
this just in.
Awesome.
Yes, dial it up.
Yeah.
Somebody
Dude,
hand
this
you a
is
piece of
awesome,
paper.
dude.
Exactly.
Okay, so is this still when is the we're on the precipice of week 1, right? It's
Opening day.
Yeah. Opening day starts in 3 days.
3 days.
Like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I know.
Dude, I'm
so
gonna watch
excited.
baseball because of y'all, for real though.
No,
This
dude,
is
it's
fun.
really fun. It's really fun, and I just like it because like it never stops. Like baseball
It
has
doesn't.
161 games a year plus playoffs.
So many.
So, dude, that's like half the year. And then the other half of the year, you have the off season going on where trades and extensions and firings and hirings happen. So that's why I just love
Batter up.
baseball. Yeah, batter up.
Batter up.
Batter up.
Batter up to opening day. Let's get it.
I cannot wait. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to have that every single game on my TV. I'm like Sundays, and that's the thing though too. Like obviously we all love football Sundays. I mean, who does not love football Sundays? It is absolutely fantastic. But there's really nothing about like I like waking up right now, especially because we missed it last year. So like it wasn't a thing. I bought my house last year. I got my, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have my pool out back, TV on the back patio. I'm having baseball Sundays before this show. I'm gonna be chilling in my pool, watching baseball on my TV on my back patio. Chill. Honestly, some shows,
bro. No,
I may just do the show from the freaking pool.
Dude, no, the more cash, the better, man. Oh my gosh, like that's what I'm talking about. That sounds great.
I would love for that to happen.
Dude, oh my. No, I can even do this from
Sundays,
the roof of my building.
When is you guys' draft going down?
The SportsMe draft. The SportsMe draft. So if you're in the chat right now, you know, I appreciate every single person that viewed today. Like, awesome. This means the world. This is why I do it. This is why Bogey does it. Sam, you're starting to break into it.
Let's get it. No, I
all
hope
it takes is one. That's it. You know, one follower.
First of many, man.
I don't care. One follower. That's all I need. I don't care. I don't need thousands, millions. Like this is great. I enjoy it.
I'm gonna take your guys' picture.
I'm taking too many drinks right now. What was the point we were trying to make, Bogey?
You said you wanted to make one. You wanted to take one drink, and I think it's my fault because I kept saying batter up. No, but yeah, the point is, when's the draft? Take a picture.
So SportsMe, that's what we're getting at. So SportsMe, if you want in on the SportsMe, comment in there, and I'll find you. Follow me on Twitter, Fantasy Sven. But SportsMe, we're doing a draft just like with the followers on SportsMe. I mean, we got a bunch of guys in there. Like Sam's in it.
Drunken
Herms, our boy Herms, who just recently joined the Rumboyz network. The drunken donkey dude. Mike's hot takes, like these guys, hell yeah, man! Like I'm excited. I'm so excited. I know it's not for some cheddar, but shit, it's a long season for us to talk shit to each other.
How about this? Sam's hot takes. So my co-host on
he's in the league too. That's right.
He's
Jets.
in the league. He knows his shit.
Oh, Turnip Jets is in the league too. Let's get it, man.
Yeah,
Turnip Jets. I haven't even met you yet, man, but I already know we're friends.
He is so awesome. You know, I actually met him.
I don't know about that. I'll just give him a hug.
Dude, shout out to Joe, man. Shout out to Joe Skirto. I actually worked with him and built an awesome relationship with dude. And I've actually known him longer than I've known even Robbie even. You know what I mean? Like, that dude is so awesome. I love seeing what he's doing now. Because when I first met him, dude, he was just an IG account. And now he's doing his thing, dude. Shout out to Turn Up the Jets, Joe, man. Keep doing your thing. You're my brother. And it's kind of dope because there's been several occasions where we could have like actually met in real life because his lady is from the Bay Area where I'm from.
You never met in real life?
I've never met him in real life, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's
How
what
long has it been?
excited to me.
How long has it been?
Maybe a year and a half now.
Oh, really? That's it. You haven't known Robbie that long?
No, I've known Robbie since 2020 February. No, late January. So over a year now.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
So same with me. We've known each other basically a year.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Shit, man. I'll tell you, if I ever get, you know what I mean? If I ever get married again, like I said, my wife, if she's watching this right now, if I ever, you know what I mean? Like you could be my best. You could be my next. You could be my next best man, right? That's what,
just remarry her, brother.
If Adam's watching this, and my buddy Adam's watching this right now, he's probably dying. He's probably laughing his ass off right now.
Dude, you know what's crazy is I'm Robbie's best man at his wedding. That's what he told me.
Dude. No
man, that's
shit.
awesome, man.
You know what, dude? Like, I mean, you know what, bro? This is why I love you.
When is it? Didn't he say we were gonna get an invite or something?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know you guys. I haven't known you guys that long, but we clearly hit it off. We're on 2 shows together now.
Yes,
dude.
I almost want to do no shows without you. Yeah. Okay. Oh, check us out. So, did we cover the whole show sheet?
Did we?
Yeah, exactly.
Whole rundown?
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Okay.
We went through everything. Tino!
Shout out to
Tino!
That's my guy,
What's
dude.
up, man? How you doing?
That's
Man.
not Tino, Sam. That's not Tino from from SportsMe. That's my guy.
I'm
Yeah. That's
Because there's another Tino.
he's a boat, dude. What up, Tino?
Shout out
Hey,
to Tino.
Tino.
So check us out. Frankie, is it Montez?
Montez, yeah. I think he's starting out hurt, man.
Bro, so he's like he killed it in 2019.
Here's my question. Because he's hurt, is he a value like in fantasy? Like, you know what I mean? Are you guys picking him up?
So
You know what I mean?
you guys brought up how the 2020 season negatively impacted some players to have like some
Correct.
I kind of think the opposite happened to him last year. Listen, I know he tore it up last year. I get it. He put up
2019. He had a very good year.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy the hype. He had a lot of time to develop himself as a good player, and sure he did well in 2019. Sure he did pretty well in 2020. And you know what? I could be totally wrong. Like I've had bad picks before. I don't buy the hype. I know he's your sleeper pick, bro, but I don't know. I'm not in. Not tapping in. Absolutely not.
I respect your take. I'm just going to avoid him then.
Probably a good call.
So when he was out there in 2019, I mean, my man, when he was on Oakland in his first year, he had a 7 ERA. Not good. That's not good at all. Then he brought it down to a 3.88, and then the year after that, he brought it down to a 2.63, which is very good. That is a very good ERA.
2.63 in 2020.
So in 2019, he only pitched 96 innings. He did get hurt, I think he started the season hurt or something like that. I don't know. I think where his ADP is and the value, because you can find so many pitchers later on that you build up your batters in the draft and you go for a pitcher like a Frankie Montas. Mind you, if you're waiting till the end, like myself in some drafts where I've actually screwed myself.
He could be there.
He could, exactly, but I don't want him being third starter. Yes, there are
2 sleeper picks for you guys too.
Okay. Sam's hot takes.
Sorry, man. Yeah. I hate to interrupt you, but my sleeper picks.
Do it again. You ain't gonna wait. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't let it happen again. Actually,
my sleeper picks are 2 guys from the Indians that I think could both potentially win the Cy Young. I'm gonna go with Tristan McKenzie. I'll batter up. Tristan McKenzie.
He's got his wine. He's got his box wine. He's a box wine. He's up front. He's a crisp white. I actually like Aaron Savali more than those. I know he just got destroyed, but I like Aaron Savali maybe a little bit more. But Cleveland could have a solid rotation this year.
Dude, I think they're going to win the division.
Overall, they could have Terry Francona is a hell of a coach. He's won the World Series. He knows what to do. He has a lot of young talent on this team.
And I don't buy the Twins at all. I don't think they signed J.A.
Last year was different. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I think they made the playoffs last year, but like, doesn't count. Like, I don't know.
No, totally. And they do what happens every time they make the playoffs. They lose to the Yankees. And I think look, Kenta Maeda is good. Whoever Jose Barros, he's good too. But other than that,
Jose Barrios.
Yeah, but then like their 3 starter going into the year is J.A. Happ, and I think J.A. Happ is garbage.
Kenton Maeda is solid.
Yeah.
So those 2 guys, and then I agree. J.A. Happ, he's like the guy. I feel like he's like a poor man's Jake Odorizzi, right? Like Jake Odorizzi is a good.
That's a good analogy.
He is a good pitcher that's going to give you innings. If he throws like a 3.6 ERA for the season,
like a 4, I think.
You know what? But I'm just saying. But like, if he does that, you're not going to be surprised. If he throws But the thing is with fantasy, and say we're going to get you into fantasy. You know what I mean? More into fantasy. Like your baseball takes are like they're incredible. But fantasy, it relates to fantasy. Whereas like Jake Odorizzi is somebody that I would love to draft because he's going to give you innings, and you want innings.
I think he's going to have Jake. It's funny you say that. I think Jake Odorizzi right now, he signed that 2 or 3 year deal with
Houston. Yeah.
I think he's going to have the best pitching career of his life in Houston because Houston has so much analytics and like an analytics department deep enough to make his stuff the best of its capability. I wouldn't be shocked if we're talking Jake Odorizzi at the end of the year for like low back of the end ballot Cy Young contender. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Jake Odorizzi.
I actually like Jose your Quiddy or whatever his name is. I forget how you.
Was he the guy that hurt himself?
I don't know. I think he's like the number 5 starter right now or something like that, or he's potentially in the rotation.
Yeah, I know. I know they had 2 promising young guys, and both of them got hurt. And I'm not sure. And like I sound like such a fool. It's embarrassing, but they both have
Whitley. Another one.
Forrest. Someone got hurt, and that was the reason they signed Jake Odorizzi. Do you know who I'm talking about? Someone is going to miss majority of the season with a really bad finger injury, I think. I gotta pull it up. Now it's bugging me. I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, man, pull it up, bro.
Yeah, man. Who got hurt for the Astros?
Opening day, April 1st, 4 days away. I cannot wait.
I know.
Baseball is back. I mean, it's gonna be exciting to see the fans in the stadium. I understand that we all got to be safe. Just do our due diligence.
Totally. We got to just end the pandemic, man.
Baseball is America's pastime. Baseball is it's a game that's meant to be watched in the stands. Like on TV, it's great. It's awesome. You love watching it. But same with any other sport, I get it. But baseball was created when there was no TV. Think about that. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Only radio. One thing happens at one time. Hit the ball, and it goes to someone.
And Rob Manfred came out and he spoke. I think he contacted Joe Biden and was like, "Look, I understand we're in the global pandemic, but we can't have another season of no fans. We absolutely can't do that. So you let us know."
Yeah, Texas is open, full stadium, bro, allowing 41,000 fans into this brand new stadium,
and they don't have to wear masks, which is.
Chances are they're going to have to. I mean, they're gonna mandate their own, and trust me, if you're not wearing a mask, they're gonna kick you out.
You think so?
Yes, of course they will.
Okay.
Or they're not gonna allow you in. Of course. I feel like you have to. You know what I mean? You can't.
I know what you're saying. You don't think it an intense part of the game where a ton of cheering is going on, they would stop. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I also am
dude, there's live at the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. We're almost on 2 hours. Bogey just came back. Sound of the crack of the bat.
My son just took a big ass dump. I had to take care of that real quick. little guy, diapers.
Hey, because life happens, and we get it.
Man, you do what you.
Did I just say wife happens or life happens? Because I tend to say both.
Life. Well, happy wife, happy life.
Hey, man,
happens,
a little bit of both.
Is that true though? Is that true?
Oh yeah,
No, I'm
it's
just kidding.
very true.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If my wife is unhappy, I'm not having a good day.
My wife,
Yeah.
she's a tough one.
My son takes the massive dump though, where like I was like proud even. I was like, it was one of those moments right now. It's like, that's my boy.
Right?
Way to take a dump, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, I think that's an ad for that.
And I'm
That's
a little
awesome.
guy myself.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Always
So,
cheers.
gents,
Yeah, cheers.
Sam, let's do a batters up, and then tell the fans where they can find you, the viewers. You know what I mean? Like, I know tell them you're on SportsMe.
Yeah. Well,
Tell them where
guys,
they can find you.
cheers to start. And you can find me. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Snapchat too. That's more recently. That's my more prominent social media app. My name on Snapchat is Filthy Sam 11. You'll find some awesome stuff from me on Snapchat. But for the most part, you can find me on SportsMe. I'm there 2 or 3 times a day, always posting battles about Major League Baseball, trying to keep the viewership alive, trying to keep people in tune. So
keep baseball alive.
Yeah.
Baseball is alive. You got to find the right people.
It's alive.
Clearly, we find the right people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Drunken Monkey, there he is, my man.
What's up, Drunken Monkey?
Yes.
How you doing, bro?
What's up, brother?
Y'all got to bring him on the show too.
What's up, brother?
We because
I feel like we may have to turn a Sunday afternoon into like a Rumboyz After Dark with like 9 people on a panel. I'm okay, like everybody from SportsMe. Everybody from SportsMe. That's gonna happen. That is going to happen
I feel like
this season.
A couple times, but yeah.
No, like this, like on this show. On this show, we're gonna have like 8
man.
people on this show actually at once talking baseball. It's gonna happen.
Well, we gotta get Turn Up Jets on there 100%, man.
Oh yeah, he's in the league. He's in that league.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you join that league too.
Maybe we'll do everybody from the SportsMe league.
Same with Iggy and same with Matt Rizzo, man. Those guys know their stuff too.
Nice, man.
Oh yeah.
Bogey, tell them where they can find you, bro.
Check us out. Y'all can find me at the GMM Network on just everything that at the GMM Network. GMM
league
stands
too.
for give me money. You can give me money if you want. You know what I mean? Also, as we pass this collection plate around, you know what I mean? But yeah, for real though, shout out to my man Steamboat Joe, the guru. He's actually representing the GMM in that SportsMe league. He's on SportsMe, hasn't dropped the take yet, but you know what I'm saying? He's also a member of the Rumboyz like myself. You know what I mean?
And that's Yankee Stadium right there.
Yeah, man.
The
Shout
real
out to
Yankee
the whole
Stadium.
world, man. The whole world, give me money. All love.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to put this one up here. Sorry, I'm not going to put that one.
Yeah, take that out of here. Get out of here. Shout out to Guru.
And check us out on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Please subscribe and all that shit. Notification bell. Check us out every Tuesday for My Version's Better. That's my show with my co-host Blitz with Blake. We're here every Tuesday, 6 o'clock p.m. PT, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Check us out. It's a predominant. Actually, it's not even predominantly. It's a fantasy football show. We also just the NFL period. Dial it up. Give me money.
Give me money.
Give me money.
Give him money.
I've been your host, Fantasy Sven. This is the Strike Zone. Catch us every single Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking fantasy baseball and baseball in general, because there's not enough baseball out there in the fantasy industry. There is. Fantasy football is saturated. Thanks, Game Point Live. Appreciate you, my man.
Shout out to Game Point Live, man. That's
you're the man, Game Point Live.
Much respect, my brother. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, Fantasy Sven. I mean, you got any questions, any lineup questions during the week? Opening day is literally 4 days away. It's Thursday, April 1st. This isn't an April Fool's. This is not a joke. This is real.
This is
This is not a
Get
Fool's
it,
Day.
boys.
batter up.
Hell
Batter up,
yeah.
batter
So
up.
batter up. So batter up.
Cheers to that.
Capri Sun,
Heck
give me money.
yeah. Ugh. Woo!
Oh, snap. Hey yo, Bogey, play my outro.